Hi all, welcome back to the channel. It's been a very long time since I posted, a long time. I had a lot to sort out. I've had some really slow eBay sales in April. It was terrible. But a massive new development has happened, which is going to be absolutely brilliant for me, like fantastic. So this over here is my old storage unit, okay, which has served me well. I've had it for nearly 2 years, but it's not very big, as you can see. It's pretty small, but it's now an empty storage unit for one very good reason, and that is so here we have the new storage, and at the minute it's kind of a work in progress because it's all got to be labelled up. I've got a load of stuff still in the house to come in. I've got a ton of stuff that needs to be condensed down as well. A lot of these boxes I can fit sort of double the amount of stuff into one. There's a lot of rubbish needs chucking, so I can get quite a bit of this and then bring the rest of the stuff over and get it all nicely organised. And as you can see, I can walk around the bloody thing, pick things up nice and easily. I can store a hell of a lot more in here. I mean, I can go fairly high on most of those. I don't mind going 4 or 5 high and lifting certain boxes off. I know that certain things are in certain boxes and it's properly organised. But this is a massive game changer. Massive. So, the last bit of footage you've just watched was recorded weeks ago. As you can see, I'm dressed completely different. I haven't done a Superman and jumped into a red box and spun round. Basically, I have been trying to organise that. Moved out the old storage. As I say, there wasn't, a lot of room there. But the garage that I've got, which is huge, is going to be absolutely fantastic for the business because it means I can go pretty high all the way around, put some stuff in the middle, be able to walk around there, something I've never been able to do before. I've been reselling now for 7 years full-time. It's my full-time main business, and I've still got stuff in the house, and I've always had stuff in the house, but it's been a bit of a mess really, and I've kind of had to try and work around it, so I couldn't afford to take on any bigger storage. But this is weirdly cheaper than the little storage unit I had, which is brilliant, and it's massive. So it means that I can still keep some stuff indoors, the higher value items, and the stuff that's like a lot of little toys and things like that that are easily stored and what have you. But the more bulky stuff, heavier stuff, I will put in the storage, so that I'm not lifting that out in the house all the time, and I can just walk straight in, grab that, what I need out of there, rather than having to move loads of heavy boxes, which I have been doing. So yeah, apologies once again for being away for so long. I am now going to start putting regular content out again. As I briefly explained, sales in April were absolutely dreadful. I have never experienced an April like it in my life since doing this. I'm convinced it's because of the Iran war that's been going on, with all the fuel prices that spiked and food prices obviously been going up anyway, let's be honest, for years, and they just keep adding on. They haven't got any better. And I just think it puts a bit of uncertainty and unease in people's minds. And, although people, you'd think, okay, that's going to drive more people to us, like resellers, because we're selling second-hand items, pre-loved items. So you think, oh, well, they're not going to be able to buy brand new items, they surely push more customers to you. Kind of everybody's just being a bit cautious, I think, and they've just thought, you know what, I don't really, especially stuff, some of the stuff I sell is like collector's items and things like that, like vintage comics and annuals and things like that. They're not not a necessity, are they? You could buy it if you've got the money, but if you haven't, you could probably leave it. The toys have still been selling quite well, which is great. So obviously, that is something that parents will struggle with the money to buy for birthdays, Christmas, things like that. They've got to go somewhere. A lot of the stuff I sell, you can't buy in the shops anyway. So, if a child asks for it, they're not getting it out of the shop. They've got to get it off eBay, basically, which is good. But May, we're at the end of May now nearly. That wasn't great either really, but it started to slowly pick up. Like, it's not where it should be, but it's slowly getting there. Yeah, eBay, it was almost like someone had turned the switch and turned it off completely. I've never experienced it. No sales days. Very, very rarely over the years. I've had the odd one, very, very rare. But in April, I've had absolutely loads. And in May, I've also had no sales days, which is just unheard of. On eBay, I'm talking about. Vinted, on the other hand, has been ticking over nicely. So that was the only weird thing I couldn't work out, because at the end of the day, you know, Vinted and eBay are both online platforms where people buy from. Pre-loved stuff, most of it. And then you go, okay, well, it's the cost of living, it's the Iran war, but then people are still buying on Vinted. So I don't know whether it's the eBay Live that affected eBay, because since that's been going, you almost like something instantly happened, like as if they're doing stuff in the background. And every time they've done things like that with promoted listings, whatever else, there's a little bit of a slowdown because they're tinkering around in the background. I don't know. But anyway, I've been busy listing. I've literally thought, well, you know what? I can't let it get me down, because at one point I thought, you know what, this is getting pretty bad now. Sales had really dropped off a cliff. But I have had it slow down in the past, but never as bad as this. And I've just pushed through and kept listing, putting stuff on there, running coupons, doing markdown sales, doing buy two, get one free, or if you buy one, you get 5% off, buy two, 10%, buy three, 15% of every item. Just try and push sales through. And they have started now ticking through a little bit better, which is good. So that's good. But yeah, Vinted's been brilliant, I must admit. Especially with some of the, like, I picked up some like vintage 90s toys, like Mickey Mouse, Doc McStuffins, Jake and the Neverland Pirates, the Muppets, just only little mini figures, like a bag of them, like it was 30 quid. There's absolutely hundreds of them in there. I sort of went through them. Some of them on their own were selling not too bad, and some of them, you know, were better off bundled up, so I did that. And they were flying out on Vinted. They've sold on eBay as well, a good few, but mainly on, you know, on Vinted. Peppa Pig, picked up a load of that. That's still popular. I haven't touched that for years, I must be honest. I sort of switched my eye off from looking for Peppa Pig stuff. I thought it was, I didn't think anyone was bothered about it anymore, but yeah, that was flying out on Vinted and eBay, which is great. Live was going abroad on eBay. But recently, I've had 2 free pickups of books, which has been great, because I had these like electrical installation rules or something, I don't know, regulations or something from years ago. No idea what people need to buy them now, surely that's out of date, but I sold one for 25 quid, one for 12 quid at the bundle. I've only listed 10 books, I think, out of this massive pile of free books. So that was good. And you know, it's always great having money from free items, because at the end of the day, it's all profit. But the one thing I've picked up, which I am going to do in another video, is this guy was selling 30 odd crates full of magazines and bookazines and things like that, and all brand new. I don't know where he got them from, but he got them on there for 100 quid, and then it was 60 quid. And then he got it on there and it said £1 in offers, and I thought, I don't know what's going on here. So I messaged the guy, I said, look, what's the crack, do you want an offer? I saw it for £60, now it says £1 in offers, and he went, 60 quid is what I ideally want for it. And I said, 60 quid for a crate, because obviously all these crates are full to the brim, or for the lot. And he went, no, for the lot, I just want them all gone. He said, I need rid, they're all in my shed. Right, that's brilliant. So anyway, they're literally 30 minutes, no, not even 30 minutes away, 20 odd minutes away. So what I did, I obviously couldn't have done this with the old storage, because I'd have filled the whole thing basically. But now I've got the new storage, absolutely fantastic. I could stack them all nice and high, still walk round, still no problem. So I flew over there on Tuesday, and I had to do 3 trips. Bearing in mind, I pushed all my seats down in my car. My car fits quite a bit in. I had to do 3 trips, basically because of how much it was and the weight. So I've got them all in there now. I've started listing them, but there's some fantastic stuff in there. It's all brand new. There's like Taylor Swift, all packaged up like colouring books, tour packs and all that, with postcards, posters in, and all sorts of tour information. Absolutely loads of them, all brand new. Okay, they're not like just come out now, so they're in date today. They might be from a few months ago. But when I got there, I found out what it is. This guy picks up stuff from airports that are left. like pushchairs and suitcases. And I said, people leave pushchairs at airports. You can't be serious. And he went, yeah, you wouldn't believe it. I get them all the time. I didn't want to pry and see how he got into doing this, but it's only like a side hustle. It's not his main job. But he said, WH Smith's, just literally, when all the magazines that they put out, because don't forget, like, how many there is now. If you go to WH Smith's, there's absolutely thousands of magazines. There's something that's for everything. Any topic you can think of, and they bang a magazine out for it, or bookazine, whatever you call it. And once obviously, like, it's past a month or whatever, or a couple of months, and they're not selling, they just get rid of them, literally just burn them, I think, just get rid of them, which is really bad. It's all going to landfill. So they gave him in. He didn't really want them because it's not something he deals with. He just sells these pushchairs and all that. And again, I can't believe people leave pushchairs at airports, because you've got the baby, you got the kid or whatever. I know you might be rushing for the plane, but it's quite a big thing to sort of miss, isn't it? And I'm sure you'd get so far and realise. So I'm not really sure. But anyway, he sells them, does well on them. He had all these, and the great thing was, he turned around and said, I think they may have some more coming up, and also it's not something I want to be dealing with. So if I get these again, or do you want me to get, if you want me to get them, if they've got them, do you want them? And I was like, of course. So brilliant, another contact, absolutely brilliant. I've got a contact now for 3 books. I've got a contact for a guy that sells loads of vintage books, very cheap, like 40, 60 quid, or hundreds of them. And obviously now, this guy with these magazines and that, ace, because there's like all sorts in there, like fitness magazines, air fryer, Formula One, there's Man U, Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool magazines, Messi, Match of the Day, NBA, stuff on ADHD, Pilates. Like I say, these adult colouring books are in there, colouring books of dogs, cats, dragons, just so much stuff. I mean, it's going to take me absolutely weeks to get it listed. Could take months, I can't lie. There's 30 crates, like I said. The crates are deep and they're all full to the brim. So I'm just trying to list as much as I can, get it on there, dropping some on Vinted as well. And yeah, happy days. And then I did another free book pickup the other day, filled the whole car up again. Guy used to be a house clearance, he used to work for doing house clearances. He's old now, he's about 81. He weren't in a good way, to be fair, and I did feel a bit sorry for him, because it's clear he was quite lonely. When I got there, he was chatting, and I needed to try and kind of get away, but I thought, well, the poor bloke, he obviously doesn't see anybody. He's lonely, so I just chatted. He was telling me all about how he used to these house clearances, what he used to pick up, and where he used to sell it and that. And he did really well, but then he got really ill and just couldn't do it anymore. And he just got all this stuff accumulating, so he's been trying to get rid of it. And he'd got all these old books, vintage books, in the garage, and he just let them go for nothing. And I've listed 2 basically so far. That was yesterday. One sold already, but there was one in there that was worth like 50 quid, which was nice. But I've not gone through the rest yet. I've got some in the house today. I'm going to get some of them on, and I'll just go in, to the storage, hand pick a few of the magazines and the bookazines and stuff, and I'll just get them on. And I've got a few little toys and stuff to still get listed. So basically what I'm saying is I've been very busy, but also when things went really slow and bad, as much as I've said I've got to put the content out here, you've got to kind of focus then 100% on the business, getting it back to where it is, doing everything you possibly can. Me and the missus have got hundreds of clothes that we need to get rid of. We tried putting them on Vinted, and although I'm very successful on Vinted, clothes, for whatever reason, I don't know what I do wrong. I do hate the things, I can't lie. I'm not a fan of listing clothes. There's too much bloody questions people ask, and there's too many things that can go wrong, and there's too many incidents that can happen where people are going to go, oh, it doesn't fit me, and end up sending it back. But yeah, we put them on for a couple of quid, not half the time, and I don't know, but no one just generally don't want them, I don't know, but you get loads of favourites and things like that and send offers, and no one will bloody buy them. So we're just going to do a car boot in a couple of weeks' time, take the bleeding lot, and do them like £1 an item, or so many for whatever, you know what I mean? Just get rid of so many, and then maybe do another one till we clear it all down. But yeah, just been mad busy getting the business back to where it should be, and working my little socks off. But as I say, I'm gonna start putting content out again. So I'm really sorry. I do apologise, everyone who'd subscribed and was expecting content, and I was doing it weekly, sometimes a couple of videos a week, and then all of a sudden, wallop, for over a month, I've done absolutely nothing. So yeah, very sorry about that. But hopefully you understand why. So yeah, next video you will see will be me showing you the pickups that I've made, and I'll go through them crates and show you what's in there. Like I say, fantastic. And hopefully I might do a little car boot video soon, because I'm going to go to one as well, because I need to go to one. So I've been doing stuff on the weekends, so I've not had a chance to go to any, which has been a bloody shame because the weather's been great. Obviously, we've all been sweating our tits off. It's been like 33 degrees and what have you last couple of days, and like 28 yesterday. But I think it's all downhill from now on. I think the good old British weather's back with some rain coming up. So anyway, guys, you take it easy. Please subscribe if you like this sort of content, and I promise I will put the extra content out there now, start getting it out again. And like this video if you liked it, and any comments you've got, any questions you've got, drop them under the video, and if I've got the time I'll try and answer, which I'll always try my best to if I can. And yeah, take it easy and see you on the next video.